Welcome back. Sydney is over at the news desk to keep us informed with the latest news, but we also have some breaking news. Sydney, what is the latest?
Mitt Romney has announced that he is not planning to run for president in the 2016 election. He said today, quote, "After putting considerable thought into making another run for president, I decided it's best to give other leaders in the party an opportunity to become our next nominee," end quote. Health officials are saying that the outbreak of measles that began in California's Disneyland is likely to have come from overseas. 94 people have now been affected with measles across 8 states. 67 of those cases are linked to Disneyland Park. Health officials say that whoever brought the virus to the park is probably gone from California. The measles outbreak is raising concerns about vaccinations. UC Davis Medical Center is treating a possible Ebola patient. The hospital has been training with Ebola equipment for months. It is one of 56 treatment centers. From some hospital staff are refusing to go near the room for fear of the disease. Doctors say that the current patient is at low risk for Ebola, but meets the government guidelines for testing. The number of new cases in 3 worst-hit countries fell to its lowest levels since June. Experts are saying that the economic hit taken by the Northeast is kind of like the storm itself, not as bad as it could have been. IHS Global Insights estimated a $16 billion hit, but only $1 billion in damages have been estimated across the Northeast. Massachusetts lost over $250 million. The U.S. Travel Association is reporting $200 million in canceled flights, but other costs won't be tallied for months. The storm had nowhere near the impact of last year's polar vortex. Luckily, the storm only grazed New York, which had prepared for the blizzards with epic proportions. Jenny, what about the Super Bowl? Isn't that happening this weekend?
Yeah, we just had Media Day, and of course that always brings a lot of drama with it. Despite recent Deflate-Gate controversy surrounding the Patriots, the Seahawks have a controversy of their own. Running back Marshawn Lynch wore a hat bearing his Beast Mode logo during Tuesday's Media Day. The NFL doesn't allow players to wear brands conflicting with league partners, so Lynch could be fined. However, Lynch's hat was made by NFL partner New Era, which might allow him to avoid the fine. The NFL will review the issue after the Super Bowl. The Lakers looked to snap their 9-game losing streak last night against the Chicago Bulls. Kobe Bryant was out for LA with a shoulder injury, but the Bulls had an injury scare of their own. With the Lakers leading 8-4 in the first quarter, Derrick Rose took an accidental slap to the face. Rose would be all right, but the Bulls struggled until the second half. Pau Gasol's tip-in for the Bulls was just enough to send the game into its first overtime. After double overtime, it was the Lakers who came out on top with a final score of 123-118. Pepperdine's men's basketball team faced their WCC rival Pacific last night. Despite an early lead by the Tigers, a 3-pointer by Jet Raines gave the Waves the lead going into halftime. It was a close game for most of the second half, but the Waves pulled ahead by 4 with less than 2 minutes to play. Pepperdine's impressive defensive stand gave them the edge, defeating Pacific with a final score of 50-43. Pepperdine sports teams have a busy weekend coming up. The action kicks off this afternoon when women's tennis faces USC at 1:30. Tomorrow morning, women's swim and dive begins their PCSC time trials at 9:30. Women's basketball will also play tomorrow when they take on St. Mary's at noon. And to finish off this weekend's games, men's tennis will face South Florida on Saturday and Boise State on Sunday. Well, that's it for your Pepperdine Sports Update. Back to you, Alex and Shayla.
Well, thanks so much, Jenny. It looks like there is a lot of good sports coming up this weekend. And I got to tell you, our men's basketball team is absolutely fantastic. They're doing a great job this year.
They're doing a terrific job. We're so proud of them. They're really doing a great job this semester.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, refill your coffee cup because we'll have the latest in celebrity news.
And an exclusive interview coming up with the executive director of Real Stories. Don't go anywhere.